Yo, what's good people, and welcome back to yet another video on the channel. This week we're going to be showing you how I use these cheap VSTs to make this natural sound. So if you like the sound of this, then stick around and I'll show you the process of how I made this beat. And just before I get into the video, I just want to let you know that to subscribe, I see a lot of you aren't subscribed, so please do, and support my page on Instagram that'll be on the screen. So let's get straight into this. So I had this VST that I bought for like £7. It's like a keyboard collection, like just like grand pianos and electric pianos and stuff like that. And I came up with these chords. And with this I just put on a reels. I didn't go too crazy with the preset, I just had it on the dry preset and just turned down the motor and the hiss. And then I use this reverb, but as you see I can brought down the decay and the size of the shape because I want it like a condensed type of room sound. And then I just took out some lows and just boost them like 7k just to give it more clarity. Then with the same VST, it was like an electric piano. And then with that, it's more higher pitch just to fit in the frequency range and give it like a little bit more character to the piano. And then with that, took out some lows, didn't really need to take much out because it was a high pitched sound. I used this stereo shaper just to make it a little stand out a little bit, just make it a little bit more brighter. And then I ran it through the same reels, like a dry preset, just turned down the hiss and the motor. And then I used this room just to give it a little bit more space and just change the density of the echo a little bit. And then as everyone probably knows about Expand, it was like $1. I just use this bass sound. And then at the end I just add them accents just to make it a little bit build up at the end. Then with that I use this BIOS amp. Then I just use this R bass to just give it a little bit more character in like the low end. And then I just use this slap bass to just detune it a little bit and give it just a little bit more warped effect. And then another preset with this Expand, like a pad. And then with that was just to give it a little bit more atmospheric vibe and just to sit in the background quite low. Again, reels, but I left the hiss up a little bit. I used a low high and then just took out quite a lot of the highs. And as you can see with the low high here, I'd made like an automation, so it just took it out as it went in. Then just a reverb and a delay just to give it a little bit more of like a spatial effect. And then I added my own vocals and they sound like this. Then I duplicated that vocal and then I reversed it and just made it more smaller. I just made it like half the time it was, so it was a bit more quicker. And then with that I just used this room just to give it like a density modularized detuning sound. Took out quite a lot of lows and frequencies I didn't like. Micro shift, just give it a little bit more character, just like a chorus effect. Delay, just because I wanted to make it really wide and pan left to right. Shimmer to just make that brighter because it was getting lost a bit because I took out the lows and a little bit of the mid. And then I used this phaser. I automated this phaser so that like at the third bar it just come in and just give it a cool effect. And then as like a bridge section I added my own guitar that I played myself that sounds like this. Nothing too crazy, it was quite simple. Ran that through a reels again, no preset. This Bias FX amp, I think it was like an acoustic like preset. A chorus to just give it a little bit more character. And just use this room reverb again just to give it that boxy feeling. I did this texture vinyl sound and this perk loop by Only One that just sounds like this. And then let's get straight into the drums. So the first thing I did was add this hi-hat that just had velocity changed just to give it that natural feeling. Then this snare layered with like a snap that sounds like this. And on the snap I just added a little bit of reverb. Then the kick. And then the rest of it was extra hi-hats and just an open hat that sounds like this. I used them extra hi-hats just to give it a little bit more extra bounce and just a little bit more character, and just pan them left to right sort of thing. And at the intro I had like a half-time effect, and then halfway through I had another half-time effect on just the piano. And this is how the whole beat sounds together. So yeah, that's the whole beat together. This gives me like a Summer Walker, Scissors, Brent sort of vibes, sort of like that. So yeah, that is the whole video together. I like the beat, it sounded nice. And hopefully you enjoyed this and learned something along the way of watching this video. But yeah, so you know what to do. Subscribe, follow my Instagram. I'm trying to get the followers up on that. And yeah, so I'm out. Peace, people.